Previously, we've discussed what a ratio is. It is written as a part to part, written as a fraction, using a colon or using the word to. Today, we're going to talk about a specific kind of ratio, which is called a rate, which is something that the two units are completely different, like miles per hour. Please now take out and make sure you have your notes sheet next to you so that you can add in the answers as we go through this. Please remember, as we go through this, you can pause the video at any time so that you can finish filling in and then continue with the examples. Ratio, as a reminder, as a review, is the amount of one quantity compared to that of the amount of another quantity, where items are very similar to each other. For example, when we compared the number of boys to girls in a classroom, that we compare the amounts of A's to B's on a test that we've given. We compare the number of cats to dogs because we can compare animals to animals. Now, rates are ratio with units that are different enough that it cannot be written as a fraction. So, for example, let's look at ratios that are rates. Desk to students are different enough that it cannot be written as a fraction or part to whole. The number of minutes to miles is also a rate because it cannot be written as a fraction because minutes is very different than miles. And the third ratio that is considered a rate on here is hot dogs per guest. These two are very different because one is food and one is a person. You cannot combine those together. Now we're going to look at an example using rates and unit rates to find the gas mileage. Rates are often most useful if they are written as unit rates, or so many miles per 1 gallon. A unit rate is always has a denominator of 1. A rate can be converted to a unit rate by dividing the numerator and denominator by the denominator, so we end up with 1 for our denominator. Let's look at the example. The original problem says we have 115 miles per 5 gallons. Since the denominator is 5 gallons, we are going to divide by 5 on the top and divide by 5 on the bottom. If we have 115 divided by 5, we're going to end up with 23 miles, and if we have 5 divided by 5, that's going to be 1 gallon. So our final answer is 23 miles per 1 gallon. Now we're going to look at a problem for unit rates to make comparisons to find which is the better deal of two items. This is useful when shopping to figure out how to save money. Option A says that a dozen eggs costs $1.08. Option B says that 8 eggs cost 76 cents. Let's look at the first example for option A. We're going to write our rate as $1.08 over 12 eggs. These are both different, so we need to make sure we label $1.08 with the dollar sign and eggs for 12 eggs. Now we are going to divide our denominator by itself. So we are going to divide $1.08 divided by 12 on the top and 12 eggs divided by 12 on the bottom. This gives us a unit rate of 9 cents per 1 egg. Remember, the unit rate is always per 1 item. Option B shows that our rate is 76 cents per 8 eggs. The conversion that we are going to do is to divide by 8, or our denominator, once again, on the top and the bottom. So 76 cents divided by 8 on the top gives us a unit rate of 0.095 cents. On the bottom, we have 1 egg. So when comparing option A versus option B, the unit rate of 0.095 cents per one egg. So option A is the better deal.